What's up, YouTube? Fantard here to talk about Shokugeki no Soma Chapter 216. Now, as far as the result of this chapter, come on, it was fucking obvious. So, this chapter was good, you know, it was okay, but it's just Ishiki being a badass. That's pretty much it. It's what we expected. As soon as he turned on the serious phase, we knew what the fucking result was gonna be. Julio, you had a pretty good some art there back in the last chapter with the boob squeeze causing those judges to go insane. But Ishiki didn't beat you in that part, but he beat you in the cooking department, and that's pretty much was predictable. I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but it's just like, okay, let's move on to the next chapter, because the next one up is Megashima, and we don't know jack shit about him, like barely anything, because the guy is so quiet. He's the third seat, you know, and we don't know who his opponent is going to be. That should be an interesting matchup, and knowing how, if you want to keep the balance of things, there's a good chance he could lose, or he wins, and in the next round the Rebels will get wiped out or something, you know, to keep it even, to keep us guessing, you know, to keep us interested into this battle. Otherwise, if it's just a one-sided sweep from the Rebels, I'm gonna get really bored and a little pissed off if that happens, because I've been dealing with Fairy Tail lately, and everyone's been dealing with Fairy Tail. Whoever's been reading that fucking shit, even though I love it, it's still shit. Goddamn. Anyway, went off on tangent. This chapter, what was cool about it was how Ishiki beat this guy. His was a eel-based dish and with Polar Star dormitory flavor, and I thought that was interesting. I'm like, okay, does he mean he's using the vegetables or the fruits that they grew? But no, it turns out he used the ingredients that all of his other underclassmen use without their permission, by the way. Like, they noticed the food that he was making, they noticed his final dish, and freaking Yuki, Ryoko, they're all like, wait a minute, what the fuck? You used the dishes that we have, and you weren't even allowed to. They were still in their processing stages. You know, they were doing like testing, try to make new dishes themselves. And he goes in and he takes them without permission. He has like a serious face on him too. And I'm like, damn, okay. You took it without permission, but I guess since he's Ishiki, he can get away with it, you know, as long as it helps him win this next battle. Which I thought was cool the way he beat Julio, because Julio had insulted his dorm earlier, and he basically, you know, shoves it in his face, like, he tells him, like, hey, my dorm is pretty formidable, you don't fuck with me that way, and here, eat this food. He eats the food, and he pretty much says, oh, I'm really sorry, dude, is what they said in the manga stream translation, but it was in Japanese. I have like, okay, it's a little funny. But that's basically what this chapter was. What I thought was cool was that him using the Polar Star dorm ingredients, you know, you had Nikumi, Yuki making the cheese, you had Maori with the rice, and then you had the rest of the gang. They were making, I believe, these garlic chips. They're smoked garlic chips, and that pretty much added to the flavor. Everything else, it all combined to a pretty damn good dish. And he also used Yukihira Soma's style of cooking, which also made Soma kind of blush. And I thought it was funny. It's like he put in the whole dormitory, the whole Polar Star dorm team into one dish and said, fuck you, Central. Here's our dish. And they pretty much just kicked Central's ass. He kicks Julio's ass, but this was like a big fuck you to Central, because in the past they had tried to take him down. And Asami, his reason is that, like, oh, the Polar Star dormitory is no longer needed, you know, for Central to keep going, you know what I mean? And I thought that was really cool how the author kind of added that in, you know, because Central was all down on them before. They tried to get rid of them, and that was pretty well done. I'll give that chapter this part. But other than that, it was a pretty predictable chapter. We knew that Ishiki was gonna win. Like, Julio, like, you're good, you're talented, but you're nobody. You're kind of a nobody with character. Even your design isn't really that interesting. It's kind of generic, I guess, my opinion. Who knows? Maybe this guy can come back. I highly doubt it. But you're a good matchup, but everyone knew what was going to happen. So moving on. This next matchup is going to be involving Migishi. And I'm like, huh, we don't know anything about this guy. Nothing at all. How did they convince him to join? We knew that he was against Central taking over. And I want to know more about his character. What was his thought process throughout this whole, you know, this whole rebellion, this whole overtaking of Totsuki? What kind of cooking does he use? What are his mannerisms? Is he gonna be like a freak on the cooking? Is he gonna be like calm, cool, collected like he is off of cooking. You know, little questions like that. We literally have we're fresh with this guy, and we don't know who he's going up against. So I'm expecting the next battle to be at least lit and more interesting than Ishigi's battle, because even though Ishigi's a great character, he's a badass, but it's predictable what's going to happen. And so other than that, not much more to this chapter. I'm just looking forward to the future matchups in the next couple rounds. But yeah, good for Soma for winning. Ishigi, we did what we knew we were going to do, but this next matchup, I'm really interested in how it's going to go. And I'm looking forward to the next couple chapters. But this one, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. You know, nothing too big, nothing grand happened, you know. It was a good chapter, but Shokugeki no Soma, you expect, you know, the bar is really high for Shokugeki no Soma. And when I get a chapter like this, I'm like, oh, okay, it was okay. But that's not a bad thing. That just shows that Shokugeki no Soma is really fucking pushing the bar on this one. Hope you guys liked the review. 3 out of 5. Fan Tart is out. Bye.